my guillotine to cut down my art prints. I print them at home and then just cut them down. So what I'm gonna do next is use the same chipboard that I use for the stickers and cut them down closer to the size of the print, and then I'll package them in the, I think it's called cellophane. Some Thai tea. Snoop. This is my rice. Let's do a review. The weekend after Valentine's Day, so it was a Galentine's Pawlentine's theme. It was actually really cold and windy that day, and I think that may have not helped the pop-up. I was really lucky and I ended up breaking even by the end of the event. There were a lot of people, but I think they were all mostly indoors at the bar area because it was so cold outside. The way it was set up was there was a bar and then you had to walk quite a ways to like a patio or outdoor bar area, and then you walk even further to the dirt road area, and then that's where all the vendors were set up. It was a good practice run for just markets in the future, and also that was my first time setting up my Lunar New Year set. Even though it wasn't a Lunar New Year themed event, I decided to just practice putting that up. I was only planning to do one Lunar New Year market. Unfortunately, all those nights that I prepared for it did not come to fruition. There was a really bad storm in the morning, so they decided to call off the market, which was outdoors. Literally about to get into my car when they texted saying that they were canceling. Because I worked a lot on the Lunar New Year bundles, I still really wanted to find some events. All the ones in Austin were already booked up, so I decided to go out of Austin and into the Houston area. So in Pearland, the event was all indoors, so that was my first indoor-only event. There's an area that had a lot of performances going on, so they had a lion dance and dragon dance and like singers, a drum performance and dancers and all those things, so it was pretty cool. There wasn't quite a theme to the market, but I was probably one of the few Asian vendors there. I didn't get to walk around much because I was running that booth by myself. I was able to get quite a good amount of sales there. The following day, that was at a brewery, and when I got there, there were some staff members that helped me, and it was just kind of like a first come first serve kind of thing. They said like if I had my tent, which I did at the time, I could set up anywhere and as long as I had the tent weights, but it was really windy. And because there were no other vendors to really compete with, I guess, I picked a spot in the shade so I wouldn't have to set up the tent. They had a bunch of tables on the outside, and then you'd have to walk through those tables to get into the indoor area where you could order your drinks. Even as you walk in, before you hit all the tables, there's actually a playground area. So a lot of people had brought their kids, and kids usually really like collecting stickers, and so I think the way we had set up, we picked a spot that we thought would get a good amount of foot traffic, but everyone kept going to the playground area, so they were kind of missing my table. So I was getting like really a little bit of anxiety. Eventually, like, I guess as the kids were getting tired of playing on the playground, they would walk through and they'd notice my stuff and they'd get their parents to come buy my products. And so there was a time where there was like a big rush coming in too. And it was a little overwhelming, but I actually made a lot more sales at that event than at the Lunar New Year event the previous day. I'm really thankful that I reached out to these events that I just found on Google and that they accepted me. And I think next year I'd probably do the same thing. There were also a lot of people that took notice of the Lunar New Year bundles, which was really exciting because I really just wanted to sell one, but I only ended up with one left after I was done with the event. So yeah, so it was a pretty busy month. So I had started with the dog pop-up, and then the weekend right after that did 2 pop-ups in Houston on Saturday and Sunday. Next steps. So I have a bit of travel coming up almost every weekend in March, and it's the upcoming season is my favorite. It's the cherry blossom season. So I want to try to get something bundled up. I think I'm just going to do a new art print since I already have a cherry blossom journal and the cherry blossom pup pin. Hopefully I'll take it easy for a little bit and enjoy my travels and enjoy the sakura season. But yeah, pretty successful February, I think. That one day of not having the Lunar New Year festival really demoralized me, so I'm glad that I was able to partake in 2 Lunar New Year themed events this year and learned a lot from it.